Hi, this is Karen Gaines, your nonprofit finance guide, and today I'm going to talk about being prepared for an audit of a grant. Generally, if you receive a large grant, such as $100,000 or more, you are going to get audited by the funder. Audits are completed to ensure funding is being used as it should. This is especially true if this is a state or federally funded grant. They do this to ensure taxpayer dollars are being used responsibly. Typically, the grant funder will let you know there will be some type of audit at the beginning of the funding process. An audit does not always mean a financial statement audit. It could mean other types of audits as well. It depends on the funder. An audit can consist of one or some of the following. 1. The auditor may review all expenditures made for the grant, then select some of the expenditures made. Once these expenditures are chosen, the auditor may ask for a bill, receipt, purchase order, proof of payment, a bank statement to show the payment was made out of the company account. They are essentially going through the paper trail. They want to ensure the funding that was allocated to you is being used as specified. So you want to make sure you are keeping track of you're keeping records of all of your purchases, bank statements, and any other supporting document that will support purchases you have made. If you are using an accounting software like QuickBooks, it's best to attach these receipts with the transactions so you know where to find them. 2. The auditor may review and compare the budget and what is actually being spent. Once reviewed, you may be asked questions about the budget versus the actual. If certain categories are over budget, they will expect an explanation. If categories are under budget, they will want an explanation for that as well. They will inquire as to whether you will use the funding or not and wonder whether you even need the funding or not. It is best to review the budget and compare it to the actual spending before the audit takes place. If there are large variances in your budget versus actual, then you will want to be prepared to speak to that. Number 3, they may audit metrics and outcomes. Auditors may want to review the metrics and outcomes to see how things are going. If certain metrics and outcomes are not being met, you will want to be prepared to answer for this. Maybe you thought more individuals would be interested in a particular service, but they are not. Or your nonprofit can't provide the service or services that they thought they would have been able to provide because they are not able to hire the needed staff. It could be a variety of reasons. You'll want to look at your metrics and see if they're meeting expectations. If they are, that's great. And if they're not being met, the funder, the auditor, will want an explanation for why these metrics or outcomes are not being met and would likely require a plan for meeting those metrics and outcomes. Next, sometimes funders have a representative visit the nonprofit location to see how services are being delivered. This could be planned or surprised, and I've witnessed both. The representative will come to the location and receive services as if they're a consumer, all the while, observing everything, observing how services are being delivered, observing how the other consumers are reacting and responding. The representative will make mental notes and report as to how the services were delivered. I've seen both positive and not so great reports. When there's a report that is not so great, there's a discussion and a lot of questions that are asked. A plan may be made to improve services. When the funder is happy with the representative's report, they generally call and say, hey, our representative was out there and we think you're doing great. All right, so when the audit is complete, the auditor will let you know if there are any issues and may write up a report. It depends on the auditor if they write up a report or not. Some do, and then some like just send an email and say, okay, everything's fine. It just depends on the funder. All right. If there are any findings, the auditor may implement a plan to help you get back on track. If you do have findings, it is best to follow the plan they recommend so funding does not get pulled. Overall, you should be aware of how the grant is going, just from beginning to end, from expenses being tracked, and of course being tracked correctly as they should, transactions being uploaded into your QuickBooks software or whatever accounting system that you're using. You should be keeping track of metrics and outcomes, and making sure that funding is being spent in a timely manner. If you know what is going on and how, if you know what's going on and you know your spending, you just understand the ins and outs of the grant. When the auditor comes, it'll be no problem. You'll get through the audit just fine. All right. So I hope this video has been helpful. If you are watching via YouTube, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you all think of the video. Thank you for watching and have a great day.